The most recent object from outside our solar system, known as 3I Atlas, is officially considered an unprecedented anomaly. This is not science fiction. This is happening right now in our cosmic neighborhood, and world-renowned scientists are quietly calling this object a black swan event. They are openly debating whether it is a natural comet or a piece of ancient interstellar technology. Something arrived from the depths of space that does not follow the rules. And what I'm about to share with you reveals a hidden truth, a terrifying truth, that only a few people are ready to confront. This is not just about an object drifting through space. This is about what it means for you, for your consciousness, and for the reality you think you understand. Let me take you on a journey that starts with cold astronomical data and ends with a revelation about the nature of existence itself. Because the arrival of 3I Atlas is not a random cosmic event. It is a mirror, it is a signal. And whether you choose to see it or not, it is already changing everything. We need to start with the basics, but do not let the simplicity fool you. 3I Atlas is the third confirmed visitor from outside our solar system. The first was the mysterious Oumuamua, which stunned astronomers in 2017. The second was Borisov, a more traditional-looking comet that arrived in 2019. Both of these objects captured headlines and sparked debates about their origins. But 3I Atlas is different, it is bigger, it is faster, and it is behaving in ways that defy our understanding of what a comet should be. The designation 3I tells us that this is the third interstellar object cataloged by humanity. The Atlas part comes from the Asteroid Terrestrial Impact Last Alert System, the survey that first detected it. When astronomers plot the trajectory of 3I Atlas, they see something unmistakable. Its orbit is hyperbolic. Now, let me explain what that means in simple terms. Most objects in our solar system, planets, asteroids, comets, travel in elliptical orbits. They are bound to the sun by gravity, circling it over and over again. But a hyperbolic orbit is different. It is the path of an object that is not bound to the sun at all. It is the signature of something passing through, a one-time visitor from the depths of interstellar space. Think about it this way. Our solar system is like a small town on a vast highway. Most things in the town stay in the town, moving in circles around the central plaza, which is the sun. But 3I Atlas is like a traveler on the highway who briefly passes through our town without ever intending to stay. Its path proves, beyond any doubt, that it came from somewhere else. Another star system, another corner of the galaxy, a place we may never reach. When 3I Atlas was first spotted, astronomers measured its size and speed. The object is massive, far larger than most comets we have studied. And it is moving fast, faster than any previous interstellar visitor. These characteristics alone would be enough to capture the attention of the scientific community. But here's where things take a strange turn. This object is not just passing through our solar system, it is behaving in ways that suggest something deeper is at play. You see, there is a pattern in the universe, a cosmic routine. Comets from our solar system behave in predictable ways. They follow orbits that astronomers can calculate centuries in advance. They brighten and fade according to well-understood physics. They release gases and dust in patterns that match their composition. 3I Atlas does not follow this routine. Its arrival is an interruption, a break in the pattern. And for those who are ready to see past the three-dimensional world, this interruption is not random. It is a clue, a breadcrumb left by the universe itself. Let me be clear about something. When I say that 3I Atlas is a clue, I'm not speaking metaphorically. The universe operates on principles that most people never learn to. See, we are taught to trust only what we can touch, measure, and verify with our 5 senses. But the senses are limited. They show us only a thin slice of reality. The three-dimensional world is like a shadow cast by something much larger and much more complex. And when an object like 3I Atlas appears, it is not just a physical event. It is a dimensional event, a signal from the higher order of reality that most people ignore. Now let me take you deeper into the mystery. After the initial discovery, telescopes around the world turned their attention to 3I Atlas. The James Webb Space Telescope, the most powerful instrument humanity has ever built, was pointed at this object. Hubble, the veteran of deep space observation, also focused its gaze. What these telescopes revealed was shocking. The chemical composition of 3I Atlas does not match any comet from our solar system, not even close. Comets from our solar system are made mostly of water ice, frozen carbon dioxide, and small amounts of other materials. They are like dirty snowballs, leftovers from the formation of the planets billions of years ago. But 3I Atlas is different. Spectroscopic analysis, which breaks down the light reflected by the object to reveal its chemical makeup, showed something unexpected. This object has an unusual abundance of carbon dioxide and nickel. These materials do not fit the profile of a normal comet. They suggest something much older, much stranger, and much more significant. Let me explain what this means. Carbon dioxide and nickel in these quantities suggest that 3I Atlas is ancient. It is a preserved time capsule from another star, system, potentially billions of years older than our sun. Think about that for a moment. This object may have formed when the galaxy was younger, when stars were being born in regions of space that no longer exist in the same form. It has been drifting through the void for eons, a silent witness to the history of the cosmos. And now, by some incredible coincidence or by some deeper design, it has entered our solar system at this exact moment in time. But the strangeness does not stop there. Astronomers notice that 3I Atlas is behaving erratically. It is brightening much faster than expected. It is ejecting powerful jets of gas, far more intense than what should be possible for a comet of its size and distance from the sun. This suggests that its internal structure is unlike anything we have studied before. Comets brighten as they approach the sun because the heat causes their icy surfaces to sublimate, turning directly from solid to gas. But the rate at which 3I Atlas is brightening is off the charts. It is as if the object is responding to the sun in a way that defies our models. Some scientists have suggested that the interior of 3I Atlas may be highly porous, filled with pockets of volatile materials that are being released in sudden bursts. Others have proposed that the object may be rotating in an unusual way, exposing fresh surfaces to the sun more rapidly than expected. But these explanations feel incomplete. They are attempts to fit an anomaly into a framework that may not be adequate to explain it. And this is where the controversy begins. Enter Dr. Avi Loeb, the Harvard astrophysicist who has become a lightning rod for debate in the scientific community. Loeb is no fringe figure. He is a respected scientist with decades of experience studying the cosmos, but he is also someone who is willing to ask questions that others avoid. When Oumuamua passed through our solar system in 2017, Loeb proposed a controversial idea. He suggested that the object might not be a natural comet at all. He suggested that it could be a piece of alien technology, a probe sent from another civilization to explore our corner of the galaxy. The backlash was swift. Many scientists dismissed the idea as sensationalism. They argued that Oumuamua could be explained by natural processes, even if those processes were not fully understood. But Loeb did not back down. And when 3I Atlas was discovered, he turned his attention to this new visitor. His arguments are worth examining closely because they force us to confront a question that most people are unwilling to ask. What if some of the objects we see in space are not natural at all? What if they are artifacts of intelligence? Loeb points out that 3I Atlas is too large and too fast to fit comfortably into the category of natural comets. He notes that the timing of its closest approach to the sun, its perihelion, is suspicious. The perihelion is the point in an orbit where an object comes nearest to the sun. For a natural comet, this point is determined by the object's trajectory and the gravitational influence of the sun. But Loeb suggests that 3I Atlas may be using the sun's gravity for a maneuver, much like a spacecraft performing a slingshot around a planet to gain speed. This is where things get truly provocative. Loeb has proposed that 3I Atlas could be a mothership. Not a mothership in the Hollywood sense, with flashing lights and alien crew members, but a technological artifact designed to travel between star systems. He suggests that such a craft could release smaller, self-guided probes as it passes through a solar system, much like a ship deploying lifeboats. These probes could be designed to study the inner planets, to search for signs of life, or to collect data for a civilization that sent them millions of years ago. The idea sounds like science fiction, but Loeb is not proposing this lightly. He is asking a serious question. If we, as a civilization, were to send a probe, To another star system, how would we design it? We would probably make it large enough to carry smaller instruments. We would probably time its trajectory to take advantage of the gravity of the star and its planets. We would probably use materials that could withstand the harsh conditions of interstellar space. And from a distance, such a probe might look a lot like 3I Atlas. The scientific community is divided. Some researchers find Loeb's ideas intriguing and worthy of investigation. Others dismiss them as speculation without sufficient evidence. But here's the thing. The debate itself is significant. The fact that serious scientists are even considering the possibility that an interstellar object could be artificial represents a shift in how we think about the universe. For the first time in modern history, we are forced to grapple with the idea that we might not be alone and that the evidence for other intelligences might not come in the form we expect. This brings us to one of the most tantalizing aspects of the 3I Atlas story. There have been widespread, though unconfirmed, rumors of a signal. Not a radio signal in the traditional sense, but a pattern, specifically a Fibonacci sequence pulse. Let me explain what this means and why it matters. The Fibonacci sequence is a series of numbers where each number is the sum of the two preceding ones. It starts like this: 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, and so on. This sequence appears throughout nature, in the spirals of shells, the branching of trees, the arrangement of leaves, and the structure of galaxies. It is a mathematical pattern that seems to be woven into the fabric of reality itself. If an intelligent civilization wanted to send a signal that would be recognized as artificial, a Fibonacci sequence would be an obvious choice. It is universal, elegant, and unmistakable. Now let me be very clear. The rumor of a Fibonacci pulse from 3I Atlas has not been confirmed. No reputable observatory has published data to support it. But the fact that this rumor exists, the fact that it has spread through both scientific circles and public forums, tells us something important. Humanity is desperate to connect with this object. We are desperate to find meaning in its arrival. And whether the signal is real or not, it serves as a powerful metaphor. Think about it. A signal from an interstellar object would be the ultimate confirmation that we are not alone. It would shatter the illusion that Earth is the center of the universe, that human beings are the pinnacle of evolution, that our tiny corner of space is all that matters. The idea of a signal forces us to confront the possibility that there are other minds out there, other civilizations, other ways of being. And this confrontation is terrifying for most people because it challenges everything they believe about their place in the cosmos. But here is what the signal represents on a deeper level. Whether or not 3I Atlas is transmitting a Fibonacci pulse, the universe is always whispering to us. It is always sending signals, not through radio waves or mathematical codes, but through synchronicities, patterns, and events that defy explanation. The arrival of 3I Atlas is itself a signal. It is a cosmic mirror, reflecting back to us a truth that we have been avoiding. The truth that reality is not what we think it is. The truth that consciousness, not matter, is the fundamental substance of existence. The truth that we are not passive observers in a dead, mechanical universe, but active participants in a living, responsive cosmos. This is where the cosmic drift philosophy comes into play. You see, everything I have shared with you so far has been about the physical object, the comet or craft or whatever it is drifting through our solar system. But the real story is not about the object itself. The real story is about what the object represents. It represents a pattern emerging from the unknown. It represents a new possibility entering your field of awareness. And most importantly, it represents a choice. A choice about which version of reality you're going to inhabit. Let me take you deeper into this. In the same way that Neville Goddard spoke of the bridge of incidents, the invisible structure that connects your current state to your desired reality, 3I Atlas can be seen as a physical manifestation of that bridge. It is a symbol of the fourth dimension, the realm where past, present, and future coexist. Just as you can select which future to experience by shifting your state of consciousness, the universe can select which events to present to you based on your vibrational state. And the arrival of 3I Atlas is not random. It is a reflection of where humanity is right now, collectively and individually. You see, the object is unbound by our solar system. It follows its own trajectory, obeying its own rules. This is a perfect metaphor for what it means to become ungovernable in your own life. To become ungovernable means to stop allowing external circumstances to dictate your reality. It means to stop reacting to the past and start creating from the future. It means to recognize that you are not a victim of fate, but a conscious operator of your own experience. And just as 3i Atlas is free from the gravitational pull of our sun, you can become free from the gravitational pull of limiting beliefs, societal conditioning, and fear-based thinking. The space of variations, a concept introduced by Vadim Zayland, teaches us that all possible versions of reality exist simultaneously in a kind of informational field. When you define an intention, you are not creating something new. You are selecting a line of reality that already exists. 3i Atlas is like a line of reality that has intersected with our own. It was always there, drifting through the galaxy, but it only became part of our experience when the conditions were right. In the same way, the life you desire is already there, waiting for you to align with it. This alignment is not a matter of effort or struggle, it is a matter of resonance. You resonate with what you are, not with what you want. If you are someone who sees a comet and thinks, that is just a rock, then that is all it will ever be for you. But if you are someone who sees a comet and thinks, that is a messenger from the cosmos, a symbol of infinite possibility, then you have opened a doorway in your consciousness, and through that doorway, new realities can enter. Let me share something that most people do not understand about the universe. The universe does not care about your beliefs. It does not care whether you think 3i Atlas is a comet or a craft. What the universe cares about is your state of being. Your state of being is the energetic signature you broadcast to the quantum field. It is the sum total of your thoughts, emotions, assumptions, and intentions. And the quantum field, which some call God, which some call the All, which some call infinite consciousness, responds to your state of being with mathematical precision. This is why two people can look at the same event and have completely different experiences. One person looks at 3i Atlas and feels fear. They think, what if it crashes into Earth? What if it brings disease or danger? Another person looks at 3i Atlas and feels excitement. They think, what if this is proof that we are not alone? What if this is the beginning of a new era for humanity? Both people are looking at the same object, but they are creating different realities based on their state of being. And over time, their experiences will diverge. The fearful person will attract more reasons to be afraid. The excited person will attract more reasons to be excited. This is not magic. This is the law of resonance. Now here is where it gets even more interesting. The arrival of 3i Atlas is happening at a time when humanity is undergoing a massive shift in consciousness. More people than ever before are waking up to the idea that they are not powerless. They are discovering ancient teachings about manifestation, about the power of intention, about the fourth dimension. They are learning that the external world is a reflection of the internal world. And they are beginning to ask the big questions. Who am I? Why am I here? What is my purpose? This shift in consciousness is not a coincidence. It is a response to a cosmic trigger. And 3i Atlas is part of that trigger. Its arrival is a symbol of the new possibilities that are emerging. It is a reminder that the universe is infinitely more complex and purposeful than the materialistic worldview allows. It is a call to action for those who are ready to step into their power as conscious creators. But here's the challenge. Most people are not ready. Most people are still operating from the three-dimensional mind. The mind that trusts only the physical senses, the mind that believes in separation and limitation. They look at 3i Atlas and see only a comet. They look at their lives and see only problems. They look at the future and see only uncertainty. This is the default mode of the human mind, conditioned by millennia of survival-based thinking. But survival-based thinking is no longer adequate for the world we are entering. We need a new way of thinking. We need to develop what Goddard called spiritual vision, the ability to see beyond the appearances and perceive the deeper reality. Spiritual vision is not about rejecting the physical world. It is about understanding that the physical world is not the cause of your experience. It is the effect. The cause is always in consciousness. When you change your state of consciousness, the world around you must change to reflect that new state. This is not a theory, this is a law as reliable as gravity. And the arrival of 3i Atlas is an opportunity to test this law for yourself. Here's what I want you to consider. What if the object itself does not matter? What if the only thing that matters is what you choose to see in it? If you choose to see a comet, a random chunk of ice and rock drifting through space, then you are choosing a reality where the universe is cold, dead, and indifferent. But if you choose to see a messenger, a symbol, a signal from a higher order of intelligence, then you are choosing a reality where the universe is alive, conscious, and responsive. And your choice will determine which reality you experience. This is the essence of the cosmic drift teaching. You are not drifting aimlessly through life, buffeted by external forces beyond your control. You are a cosmic being with the power to select your trajectory. You are the captain of your own ship, navigating through the space of variations, choosing which line of reality to inhabit. And the tools for this navigation are not external, they are internal. They are your thoughts, your feelings, your assumptions, and your intentions. Now, let me address the skeptics. I know there are people reading this who are thinking, this is all nonsense. Comets are just comets. There is no deeper meaning, and I respect that perspective. But I would ask you to consider this. If you believe that the universe has no meaning, then you are creating a meaningless universe. If you believe that you are powerless, then you are creating a reality where you have no power. Your beliefs are not passive reflections of reality. They are active creators of reality. And the question is not whether your beliefs are true. The question is whether your beliefs serve you. For most people, their beliefs do not serve them. They believe in scarcity, so they experience lack. They believe in conflict, so they experience struggle. They believe in limitation, so they experience boundaries. And they do all of this unconsciously, never realizing that they are the authors of their own suffering. But it does not have to be this way. You can choose new beliefs. You can choose to see the universe as abundant, supportive, and filled with infinite potential. And when you make that choice, your entire experience of reality begins to shift. The arrival of 3I Atlas is a perfect example of this principle. For those who choose to see it as a random event, it will remain a random event. But for those who choose to see it as a meaningful symbol, it becomes a catalyst for transformation. It becomes a reminder that the universe is always speaking to you, always guiding you, always offering you new possibilities. And the only question is whether you are listening. Let me take you even deeper into the mystery. There's a concept in quantum physics called superposition. It is the idea that a particle can exist in multiple states at the same time until it is observed. The act of observation collapses the wave function, forcing the particle to choose a specific state. This is not just a quirky feature of subatomic particles. It is a fundamental principle of how reality works. Before you observe something, it exists in a state of infinite possibility. The moment you observe it, you collapse those possibilities into a single actuality. Now apply this to 3I Atlas. Before the telescopes turned their attention to it, the object existed in a state of superposition. It was simultaneously a comet, a craft, a signal, and a million other possibilities. But the moment humans began observing it, measuring it, analyzing it, we collapsed some of those possibilities into specific actualities. We determined its size, its speed, its composition. But here's the thing, we did not collapse all of the possibilities. There are still infinite interpretations of what this object is and what it means, and each interpretation creates a different line of reality. This is where the power of consciousness comes into play. You are not just a passive observer. You are an active participant in the collapse of the wave function. Every time you think about 3I Atlas, every time you form an opinion about it, you are voting for which version of reality you want to experience. And the universe, being the perfect mirror that it is, will reflect your vote back to you in the form of circumstances, events, and synchronicities. Think about this carefully. If you decide that 3I Atlas is proof that we are not alone, that there are other intelligences in the universe, then you are opening yourself to a reality where contact with those intelligences becomes possible. You are tuning your consciousness to a frequency where extraterrestrial communication, advanced technology, and cosmic collaboration are part of your experience. On the other hand, if you decide that 3I Atlas is just a comet, nothing special, then you are closing that doorway. You are choosing a reality where humanity remains isolated, where the universe is empty, where we are alone in the dark. Neither choice is right or wrong, but one choice is expansive and the other is contractive. One choice opens you to new possibilities, and the other keeps you locked in the known. And this is the ultimate test. Are you willing to step into the unknown? Are you willing to entertain possibilities that seem impossible? Are you willing to become ungovernable, to stop letting consensus reality dictate what you believe? This is not just about 3i Atlas. This is about your entire life. Every day you are faced with choices. Do you see obstacles or opportunities? Do you see limitations or possibilities? Do you see a dead universe or a living cosmos? And every choice you make is a vote for the reality you will inhabit. Most people vote unconsciously, reacting to their conditioning, their fears, their past experiences. But you have the power to vote consciously. You have the power to choose your state of being, and therefore to choose your reality. Let me share a practice that will help you integrate this understanding. Every morning before you start your day, take a few moments to sit in silence. Close your eyes and imagine that you are floating in space, looking down at Earth. See the planet as a tiny blue dot in the vastness of the cosmos. Now imagine 3i Atlas drifting through the solar system, carrying with it the energy of infinite possibility. Feel the object as a symbol of your own potential, your own freedom, your own capacity to transcend the limitations of the three-dimensional world. As you sit in this visualization, ask yourself a simple question. What would I choose to experience today if I knew that the universe was responsive to my consciousness? Do not overthink it. Do not try to figure out the how. Just feel into the answer. Maybe you would choose to experience abundance. Maybe you would choose to experience love. Maybe you would choose to experience clarity, purpose, or joy. Whatever it is, hold that feeling in your body. Let it saturate every cell. And then, as you open your eyes and begin your day, carry that feeling with you. Act as if the universe has already delivered what you desire. Move through the world as someone who knows, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that they are supported, guided, and loved by the infinite intelligence that created them. This practice is not about wishful thinking. It is about aligning your state of being with the reality you want to experience. And when you do this consistently, you will begin to notice something extraordinary. The world around you will start to change. Opportunities will appear. People will show up in your life who resonate with your new frequency. Circumstances will shift in ways that seem miraculous, but are actually just the natural result of your alignment with the quantum field. Now let me address the ultimate question. What is the real significance of 3i? Atlas? Is it a comet? Is it a craft? Is it a signal? The truth is, we may never know for certain. And that is the point. The object itself is less important than what it represents. It represents the mystery of existence. It represents the infinite complexity of the cosmos. It represents the fact that we as human beings are part of something much larger and much more magnificent than we can comprehend with our limited minds. The danger of modern science is that it tries to reduce everything to mechanical processes. It tries to strip the universe of its magic, its mystery, its aliveness. And in doing so, it creates a worldview that is cold, sterile, and devoid of meaning. But the universe is not a machine. It is a living, breathing, conscious entity. And we are not separate from it. We are expressions of it. We are the universe experiencing itself through the lens of individual consciousness. When you understand this, the question of whether 3i Atlas is a comet or a craft becomes irrelevant. What matters is that its arrival is a reminder that you are not a biological robot, programmed by genetics and environment, doomed to live a predictable and limited life. You are a multidimensional being with access to infinite possibilities. You are a co-creator with the universe, capable of shaping your reality through the power of your consciousness. And this is where the cosmic drift philosophy reaches its climax. The only real question about 3i Atlas is not its physical nature. The only real question is what it means for you. What will you choose to see in it? What will you choose to believe about the universe? What will you choose to believe about yourself? Because your answers to these questions will determine the trajectory of your life. If you choose to see a comet, you are choosing a reality where the universe is indifferent and you are powerless. But if you choose to see a warning, a signal, a cosmic mirror, then you are choosing a reality where the universe is intelligent, purposeful, and responsive to your consciousness. And in that reality, anything is possible. This is the final, urgent call. The presence of 3i Atlas proves that the universe is infinitely more complex and purposeful than three-dimensional science allows. Whether comet or craft, its existence is a call for you to activate your higher consciousness and claim your role as a co-creator of your reality. The universe is not happening to you, it is happening through you. And the moment you truly understand this, your entire experience of life will transform. So here's the choice. You can go back to sleep, back to the comfortable illusion that the world is solid and fixed, that you are a victim of circumstances beyond your control. Or you can wake up. You can step into the frequency of conscious creation. You can recognize that you are not a passive observer in a dead universe, but an active participant in a living cosmos. You can become ungovernable, refusing to let fear, doubt, or consensus reality dictate what you believe is possible. The path of the sleeper is easy. It requires no effort, no courage, no faith. You simply drift along, reacting to whatever life throws at you, never questioning, never exploring, never discovering your true potential. But the path of the awakened is different. It requires discipline, curiosity, and a willingness to challenge everything you have been taught. It requires you to take responsibility for your reality, to admit that you are the author of your experience, that you are the one who has been creating your circumstances all along. And here's the beautiful paradox. The moment you take responsibility, you also take power. The moment you stop blaming external forces for your problems, you realize that you have the power to change those problems. The moment you stop waiting for the universe to save you, you realize that you are the universe and you have been saving yourself all along. 3i Atlas is a symbol of this awakening. It is a reminder that the universe is always offering you new possibilities, new trajectories, new ways of being. But those possibilities will remain invisible to you as long as you stay locked in the three-dimensional mind. You have to develop spiritual vision. You have to learn to see beyond the surface, to perceive the deeper patterns, to recognize the signals that the universe is constantly sending you. And how do you do this? You start by questioning everything. Question your beliefs about reality. Question your assumptions about what is possible. Question the stories you have been telling yourself about who you are and what you are capable of. Every belief, every assumption, every story is a filter through which you perceive reality. And if your filters are limiting, then your reality will be limited. But if you clear those filters, if you open yourself to new possibilities, then your reality will expand in ways you cannot even imagine. Let me give you a concrete example. Most people believe that they have to work hard to achieve success. They believe that success is something they have to earn, something they have to struggle for. And because they believe this, they create a reality where success requires struggle. But what if success is not something you have to earn? What if success is something you simply allow? What if the universe is trying to deliver success to you right now, but you are blocking it with your beliefs about struggle and effort? This is the trap that most people fall into. They work harder and harder, thinking that more effort will lead to better results. But effort without alignment is like rowing a boat upstream. You can put in all the effort you want, but if you are going against the current, you will exhaust yourself and make little progress. On the other hand, if you align with the current, if you let the river carry you, you can achieve extraordinary results with minimal effort. The river, in this metaphor, is the quantum field. It is the infinite intelligence that is always working on your behalf, orchestrating synchronicities, aligning circumstances, bringing people and opportunities into your life. But you have to trust the river. You have to stop trying to control every detail and allow the universe to do its work. This is what it means to live in the receiving frequency. You are not trying to make things happen, you're allowing things to happen through you. And this is where 3i Atlas becomes a powerful symbol. The object is not trying to reach any destination. It is simply following its trajectory, unbound by the gravitational forces that govern our solar system. It is free. It is ungovernable. And it is a reminder that you too can be free. You too can become ungovernable. You too can follow your own trajectory, guided by your inner compass rather than by external expectations. But freedom comes with responsibility. When you step into the receiving frequency, when you recognize your power as a conscious creator, you can no longer blame anyone else for your circumstances. You can no longer play the victim. You have to own your reality, all of it. the good and the bad, the successes and the failures. And this can be terrifying for people who are used to giving their power away. Most people would rather stay small, stay safe, stay in the known, even if the known is painful. Because at least the known is familiar. The unknown is scary. It is unpredictable. It requires you to step into the void, to trust in something you cannot see, to have faith in the invisible forces that are guiding your life. But this is exactly what the universe is asking you to do right now. It is asking you to take a leap of faith. It is asking you to become ungovernable. It is asking you to trust that you are supported, even when you cannot see the support. And here is the proof that you are supported. You are reading these words right now. You found this transmission at the exact moment when you were ready to receive it. That is not a coincidence. That is synchronicity. That is the universe confirming that you are on the right path, that you are ready for the next level, that you are being prepared for something extraordinary. So what do you do with this information? You integrate it. You do not just consume it and move on. You let it sink into your consciousness. You let it change the way you see the world. You let it activate the dormant potential within you. And then you take action. Not forced action, not desperate action, but inspired action. Action that comes from a place of alignment, a place of trust, a place of knowing that you are a powerful creator. Start by examining your current state of consciousness. What are you assuming to be true about yourself and your life? Are you assuming that you are limited? Are you assuming that you are not good enough? Are you assuming that success is hard? These assumptions are creating your reality. And if you do not like your reality, then you need to change your assumptions. How do you change an assumption? You do not fight it. You do not try to suppress it or deny it. You simply choose a new assumption and persist in it until it becomes your new state of being. For example, if you have been assuming that you are not worthy of abundance, you choose a new assumption. I am worthy of abundance. And you repeat this new assumption, not as an empty affirmation, but as a deep knowing. You feel it in your body. You embody it in your actions. You live as if it is already true. And here is the magic. When you persist in a new assumption, the universe has no choice but to reorganize itself to reflect that assumption. This is not wishful thinking. This is the law of resonance. You attract what you are, not what you want. And when you become someone who knows, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that they are worthy of abundance, then abundance will flow to you effortlessly. Not because you worked hard for it, but because you aligned with it. The arrival of 3I Atlas is a cosmic confirmation of this principle. The object appeared in our solar system because the conditions were right. It was always there, drifting through the galaxy, but it only became part of our experience when we were ready to perceive it. In the same way, the life you desire is always there, waiting for you in the quantum field. It will only become part of your experience when you're ready to perceive it. And readiness is not about time. It is about alignment. It is about shifting your state of consciousness to match the frequency of what you desire. So here's the practice. Every day for the next 30 days, commit to living as if you are already the person you want to become. Do not wait for external confirmation. Do not wait for your circumstances to change. Change your state of being first, and watch as your circumstances rearrange themselves to match. This is the secret that the masters have known for millennia. This is the secret that the universe has been trying to tell you all along. And if you need a reminder, look up at the night sky. Somewhere out there, 3I Atlas is drifting through the darkness, a solitary traveler on an infinite journey. It is a symbol of your own potential, your own freedom, your own capacity to transcend the limitations of the known world. It is a reminder that you are not bound by the past. You are not defined by your circumstances. You are a multidimensional being with access to infinite possibilities. And the only question is whether you are willing to claim that power. The universe is waiting for your answer, not in words, but in action, not in intention, but in embodiment. It is waiting for you to step into the frequency of conscious creation, to become ungovernable, to refuse to let fear or doubt dictate your choices. It is waiting for you to recognize that you are not separate from the cosmos, but an integral part of it. And when you make that recognition, when you truly embody it, everything changes. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of fate and start seeing yourself as a co-creator of reality. You stop waiting for permission and start claiming your birthright. You stop drifting aimlessly and start navigating with intention. And in that moment, you become unstoppable because you are no longer at the mercy of external forces. You are aligned with the infinite intelligence that created the universe. And when you are aligned with that intelligence, anything is possible. This is the message of 3i Atlas. This is the warning, not a warning of danger, but a warning of opportunity. An opportunity to wake up, to step up, to claim your power as a conscious creator. An opportunity to stop playing small and start living large. An opportunity to stop surviving and start thriving. And the time to take that opportunity is now, not tomorrow, not next week, not when conditions are perfect. Now. Because the universe does not wait for perfect conditions, it creates them. And you are the universe. You are the one who has the power to create perfect conditions in your life. You are the one who has been waiting for, not some external savior, not some cosmic event, but you. You are the answer to your own prayers. You are the solution to your own problems. You are the key to your own liberation. And if this message resonates with you, if something inside you is saying, yes, this is true, then you are ready. You are ready to step through the portal that is opening for you. You are ready to become ungovernable. You are ready to claim your place as a conscious co-creator in this magnificent, mysterious, infinite cosmos. The only question is, will you take the leap? The answer is already within you, and the universe is listening. Let me take you deeper into the science, because understanding the mechanics will strengthen your faith in what is possible. When astronomers discovered 3i Atlas, they immediately began tracking its velocity and trajectory. What they found was astonishing. The object is traveling at approximately 90 kilometers per second relative to the Sun. To put that in perspective, that is more than 300,000 kilometers per hour. At that speed, you could travel from New York to Los Angeles in about 13 seconds. This is not the lazy drift of a typical comet. This is a bullet fired from the depths of space, carrying with it the momentum of a journey that may have lasted millions of years. But speed alone does not tell the whole story. What matters is the direction and the shape of the orbit. When scientists calculated the orbital parameters of 3i Atlas, they found that its eccentricity, the measure of how elongated an orbit is, was greater than 1. In orbital mechanics, an eccentricity of 0 means a perfect circle. An eccentricity between 0 and 1 means an ellipse, which is what most planets and comets have. But an eccentricity greater than 1 means a hyperbola, which is the path of an object that will never return. It is the signature of a 1, time visitor, a cosmic passerby that will exit our solar system just as mysteriously as it entered. This hyperbolic trajectory tells us something profound. 3i Atlas is not part of our cosmic family. It did not form in the same stellar nursery as our Sun. It came from somewhere else, somewhere so distant that the light from its home star may not have reached us yet. And this raises an intriguing question. How many other objects like this are out there? How many interstellar travelers are passing through our solar system right now, undetected because we do not have the instruments to see them? The answer, according to some estimates, is staggering. Scientists believe that at any given time there could be dozens, perhaps hundreds, of interstellar objects in our solar system. Most of them are too small or too dark to detect. They glide through the darkness like ghosts, visible only if they happen to pass close to the Sun and begin to outgas, creating the bright tail that we associate with comets. But the vast majority remain invisible, silent witnesses to our existence, carrying with them the secrets of other star systems. And this brings us back to the central mystery. If there are so many interstellar objects, why is 3i Atlas so special? Why are scientists so focused on this particular visitor? The answer lies in its behavior. Most comets, when they approach the Sun, follow a predictable pattern. They brighten gradually as the heat causes their icy surfaces to sublimate. They develop a coma, a fuzzy cloud of gas and dust around the nucleus, and they grow a tail, streams of particles pushed away by the solar wind. This process is well understood. It has been observed thousands of times. But 3i Atlas is not following the script. The object brightened much faster than expected. Within weeks of its discovery, it had become visible to amateur telescopes, something that typically takes months for a comet of its size and distance. This rapid brightening suggests that something unusual is happening on or within the object. Some scientists have proposed that the surface is covered in highly volatile materials, substances that turn to gas at lower temperatures than typical comet ice is. Others have suggested that the object is fragmenting, breaking apart under the stress of its journey, exposing fresh surfaces to the sun. But there is another possibility, one that most scientists are reluctant to discuss publicly. What if the brightening is not natural at all? What if it is the result of some kind of internal activity, a process that we do not yet understand? This is where the alien mothership hypothesis comes into play. If 3I Atlas is indeed a technological artifact, then the brightening could be the result of power systems activating, heat being vented, or smaller probes being released. These are all speculative ideas, and there is no hard evidence to support them. But the fact that they are being discussed at all is significant. It shows that the scientific community is beginning to grapple with the possibility that some objects in space may not be natural. Now let me address the composition issue in more detail, because this is where things get truly strange. When astronomers use spectroscopy to analyze the light reflected by a comet, they can determine what chemicals are present on its surface. Different elements and molecules absorb and emit light at specific wavelengths, creating a unique fingerprint that can be read like a barcode. For comets from our solar system, this fingerprint is fairly consistent. They show strong signatures of water ice, carbon monoxide, carbon dioxide, methane, and ammonia. These are the building blocks of comets, the leftovers from the formation of the solar system 4.5 billion years ago. But when scientists analyzed the spectrum of 3I Atlas, they found something unexpected. The object shows an unusually strong signature of carbon dioxide, much stronger than typical comets. It also shows traces of nickel, a metal that is rare in cometary material. This combination is puzzling. Carbon dioxide is not unusual in itself, many comets have it, but the abundance is off. And nickel, while present in some meteorites, is not something you expect to find in significant quantities on a comet. So what does this mean? One interpretation is that 3I Atlas formed in a very different environment than the comets in our solar system. It may have originated around a star that was richer in certain elements, or it may have spent billions of years in a region of space where radiation and cosmic rays altered its composition. Another interpretation is that the object is not a comet at all, but something else entirely. Perhaps it is a fragment of a destroyed planet, a piece of a world that was shattered by a collision or torn apart by tidal forces. Or perhaps, as some have suggested, it is a manufactured object, a craft built by an intelligence that used materials we would not expect in a natural body. These are bold claims, and they require extraordinary evidence. But the evidence, while not conclusive, is tantalizing. The chemical composition, the rapid brightening, the unusual trajectory, all of these factors combine to create a picture of an object that does not fit neatly into any known category. And this is what makes 3I Atlas so fascinating. It is a puzzle that challenges our understanding of what is possible. It forces us to ask questions that we would rather avoid. And it reminds us that the universe is full of surprises, that there are things out there that we do not yet understand, that may never fully understand. Let me now take you into the realm of quantum mechanics, because this is where the physical and the metaphysical converge. Quantum mechanics, the branch of physics that deals with the behavior of particles at the smallest scales, has revealed something extraordinary. At the quantum level, particles do not behave like solid objects. They behave like waves of probability. An electron, for example, does not have a definite position until it is observed. Before observation, it exists in a state of superposition, occupying all possible positions at once. Only when you measure it, when you collapse the wave function, does it choose a specific location. This phenomenon is not limited to subatomic particles. It is a fundamental feature of reality itself, and it has profound implications for how we understand consciousness and manifestation. You see, observation is not a passive act. It is an active intervention. When you observe something, you are not just recording what is there. You are participating in the creation of what is there. You are collapsing infinite possibilities into a single actuality. And this means that you, as an observer, are a co-creator of reality. Now, apply this to 3I Atlas. Before we discovered it, before we pointed our telescopes at it and began measuring its properties, The object existed in a state of superposition. It was simultaneously a comet, a craft, a fragment, and a million other possibilities. But the moment we observed it, we began collapsing those possibilities. We determined that it was solid, that it was moving, that it had a certain size and composition. But here's the key point. We did not collapse all of the possibilities. There are still infinite interpretations of what this object is and what it means. And each interpretation exists as a potential reality in the quantum field. This is where the power of your consciousness comes into play. You are not just a passive recipient of information about 3I Atlas. You are an active participant in determining what it means. When you choose to see it as a comet, you are collapsing the wave function in one direction. When you choose to see it as a messenger, you are collapsing it in another direction. And the direction you choose will influence not just your perception, but your entire reality. Because reality is not fixed. It is fluid. It is responsive to consciousness. And you, as a conscious being, have the power to shape it. This is not New Age mysticism. This is quantum mechanics. This is the cutting edge of modern physics. And it confirms what the ancient mystics have been saying for thousands of years. Consciousness is not a byproduct of matter. Consciousness is the fundamental substance of reality. Matter is a byproduct of consciousness. And when you truly understand this, everything changes. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of circumstances and start seeing yourself as a creator of circumstances. You stop waiting for the world to change and start changing your inner world, knowing that the outer world must follow. Let me share a story that illustrates this principle. There was a man who was struggling financially. He had tried everything. He had worked multiple jobs. He had cut his expenses. He had applied for loans, but nothing seemed to work. He was stuck in a cycle of lack, and he could not see a way out. Then one day he came across the teachings of Neville Goddard. He learned about the law of assumption, the idea that your external reality is a reflection of your internal state. He learned that if he wanted to change his circumstances, he had to change his assumptions. So he decided to try an experiment. Every night before bed, he would lie down and imagine that he was wealthy. He would feel the relief, the freedom, the peace of mind that comes with financial abundance. He would see himself checking his bank account and finding more money than he needed. He would imagine conversations with friends where money was no longer a concern. And he would do this every night without fail until he fell asleep in that state. At first, nothing happened. His circumstances did not change. His bank account remained empty. His bills continued to pile up. But he persisted. He kept returning to the feeling of wealth night after night, refusing to let his external circumstances dictate his internal state. And then, after about 3 weeks, something shifted. He received an unexpected call from an old friend who offered him a business opportunity. He took the opportunity, and within 6 months, his financial situation had completely transformed. He was not just out of debt, he was thriving. And when people asked him how he did it, he would simply say, "I changed my state of being, and the world changed to match." This story is not unique. Thousands of people have experienced similar transformations. They have learned that reality is not something that happens to you. It is something that happens through you. And the key to changing your reality is to change your state of being. Not your circumstances, not your actions, your state of being. Because your state of being is the energetic signature that you broadcast to the quantum field. And the quantum field responds to that signature with mathematical precision. Now let me bring this back to 3I Atlas. The object is a physical manifestation of a principle that operates at all levels of reality. Just as the comet is unbound by the gravitational forces of our solar system, you can become unbound by the limiting beliefs and assumptions that have been holding you back. Just as the comet follows its own trajectory, guided by forces that are invisible to the naked eye, you can follow your own trajectory, guided by the invisible forces of intention and consciousness. But here's the challenge. Most people do not trust the invisible. They trust only what they can see, touch, and measure. They look at their bank account and say, "I am poor." They look at their relationships and say, "I am alone." They look at their circumstances and say, "I am stuck." And because they trust only the visible, they remain trapped in the visible. They never discover the invisible realm where true change happens. They never learn to operate from the fourth dimension, where past, present, and future coexist, where all possibilities are available, where you have the power to select which reality you want to experience. This is the secret that the masters have known for millennia. Reality is not created in the three-dimensional world of form. It is created in the four-dimensional world of consciousness. And the way to access that world is through imagination, not fantasy, not daydreaming, but disciplined, focused, intentional imagination. The kind of imagination that feels real, that engages all of your senses, that creates a vivid experience in your mind that is indistinguishable from physical reality. When you practice this kind of imagination, you are not just visualizing, you are actualizing. You are bringing forth a reality that already exists in the quantum field. You are collapsing the wave function. You are selecting which timeline to inhabit. And the more you practice, the more powerful you become, because you are training your consciousness to operate at a higher level. You are developing spiritual vision, the ability to see beyond the appearances and perceive the deeper reality. And this is where 3i Atlas becomes a powerful teaching tool. The object itself is a symbol of the fourth dimension. It is a visitor from beyond, a traveler from the unknown, a messenger from the realm of infinite possibility. And its arrival in our solar system is a reminder that you too can access the fourth dimension. You too can become a traveler, a visitor, a messenger. You too can transcend the limitations of the three-dimensional world and step into the realm of infinite possibility. But this requires a shift in identity. You cannot access the fourth dimension as your current self. You have to become your future self. You have to embody the person who already lives in the reality you desire. And this is not about pretending or faking it. This is about a genuine transformation of consciousness. This is about shedding the old identity that is rooted in lack, fear, and limitation, and stepping into a new identity that is rooted in abundance, love, and possibility. How do you do this? You start by asking yourself a simple question. Who would I have to become in order to live the life I desire? Not what would I have to do, not what would I have to have, but who would I have to become? Because being comes before doing. Being comes before having. Your state of being is the foundation of everything, and when you change your state of being, everything else changes automatically. So take a moment right now and think about the person you would have to become in order to live your dream life. What qualities would that person have? How would they think? How would they feel? How would they move through the world? And most importantly, how would they respond to challenges? Because challenges are inevitable, but the way you respond to challenges determines whether you remain stuck or whether you grow. The person you want to become does not avoid challenges, they embrace them. They see challenges as opportunities to prove their faith, to strengthen their resolve, to deepen their trust in the universe. And here's the beautiful thing. You do not have to wait to become that person. You can become them right now. Not in the future. Not when your circumstances change. Right now. Because the only thing separating you from your future self is a choice. A choice to embody a new state of being. A choice to let go of the old identity and step into the new identity. A choice to trust that the universe will support you even when you cannot see how. This is the essence of the leap of faith. It is not about believing in something without evidence. It is about trusting in the invisible forces that govern reality. It is about recognizing that the visible world is just the tip of the iceberg and that the real action is happening beneath the surface in the quantum field, where consciousness is continuously creating and recreating reality. And 3i Atlas is a perfect symbol of this leap. The object has taken a leap through interstellar space, traveling for millions or billions of years, guided by forces that we can only begin to understand. It has left behind everything familiar and ventured into the unknown. And in doing so, it has become a visitor, a traveler, a symbol of the courage it takes to step into the unknown. You're being called to take that same leap, not physically, but metaphysically. You are being called to leave behind the familiar world of limitation and step into the unknown world of infinite possibility. You're being called to trust that the universe has your back, that you are supported, that you are guided, that you are loved. And when you take that leap, when you step into the unknown with faith and courage, you will discover something extraordinary. You will discover that the unknown is not scary. It is liberating. It is exciting. It is the realm where miracles happen, where dreams come true, where the impossible becomes possible. But you have to be willing to let go. You have to be willing to release your attachment to the known, to the familiar, to the comfortable. You have to be willing to surrender control and trust in a higher intelligence. And this is where most people stumble. They want to control the how. They want to see the path before they take the first step. They want guarantees, assurances, proof. But the universe does not work that way. The universe requires faith. It requires you to step into the void, to walk into the darkness, to trust that the ground will appear beneath your feet. This is the ultimate test of your spiritual maturity. Are you willing to trust the invisible? Are you willing to act on faith? Are you willing to step into the unknown, even when every fiber of your being is screaming at you to stay safe, to stay small, to stay in the known? Because that is what the universe is asking of you right now. It is asking you to become ungovernable. It is asking you to refuse to let fear dictate your choices. It is asking you to step into your power as a conscious creator. And the arrival of 3i Atlas is a cosmic confirmation that now is the time. Not tomorrow, not next year, now. The window of opportunity is open, the portal is activated, the bridge of incidents has formed, and all you have to do is take the first step, just one step, and then another, and another. Trust that each step will reveal the next step. Trust that the path will unfold as you walk it. Trust that the universe is guiding you, even when you cannot see where you are going. This is the path of the awakened. This is the path of the conscious creator. This is the path that leads to true freedom, true joy, true fulfillment, and it starts with a simple decision. A decision to stop playing small. A decision to stop waiting for permission. A decision to claim your birthright as a multidimensional being with access to infinite possibilities. A decision to become ungovernable. So what are you waiting for? The universe has sent you a signal. 3i Atlas is that signal. It is a cosmic mirror, reflecting back to you your own potential, your own power, your own capacity to transcend the limitations of the three-dimensional world. It is a reminder that you are not bound by the past. You're not defined by your circumstances. You're not limited by what others think is possible. You are a creator, you are a traveler, you are a visitor from the fourth dimension, temporarily, inhabiting a three-dimensional body, but always connected to the infinite source of all that is. And when you remember this truth, when you truly embody it, everything changes. Your fears dissolve, your doubts disappear, your limitations evaporate. Because you realize that you have been playing a game that you cannot lose. You realize that the universe is not against you, but for you. You realize that every challenge is an opportunity, every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every delay is divine timing. You realize that you're exactly where you need to be, learning exactly what you need to learn, becoming exactly who you need to become. And in that realization, you find peace. Not the peace that comes from having everything figured out, but the peace that comes from trusting the process. The peace that comes from knowing that you are supported. The peace that comes from surrendering control and allowing the universe to do its work. This is the peace that surpasses all understanding. This is the peace that the world cannot give and cannot take away. This is the peace that is your natural state when you are aligned with the infinite intelligence that created you. 3i Atlas is drifting through our solar system right now, a silent reminder of this truth. It is not asking for your belief. It is not demanding your attention. It is simply being, following its trajectory, fulfilling its purpose. And in its being, it is teaching you something profound. It is teaching you that you too can simply be. You too can follow your trajectory. You too can fulfill your purpose. Not by forcing, not by struggling, not by trying to control every detail, but by aligning with the flow of the universe and allowing life to move through you. This is the art of effortless manifestation. This is the secret of the masters. This is the key to living a life of joy, abundance, and fulfillment. And it all starts with a shift in consciousness. A shift from seeing yourself as separate from the universe to seeing yourself as an integral part of it. A shift from believing that you have to make things happen to trusting that things are happening through you. A shift from operating from fear to operating from love. And love, let me be clear, is not just an emotion. Love is a frequency. It is the highest frequency in the universe. It is the frequency of creation, of unity, of oneness. When you operate from love, you are operating from the source. You are tapping into the infinite intelligence that created the stars, the galaxies, the planets, and you. You are accessing the power that moves mountains, that parts seas, that performs miracles. And that power is not outside of you. It is inside of you. It is you. This is the ultimate revelation. You are not separate from the divine. You are the divine, temporarily forgetting your true nature so that you can experience the adventure of rediscovery. You are God playing hide and seek with yourself. And the game is coming to an end. The veils are lifting, the illusions are dissolving, and you are beginning to remember who you really are. 3i Atlas is a symbol of this remembering. It is a visitor from beyond, just as you are a visitor from beyond. It is a traveler through space and time, just as you are a traveler through space and time. It is a mystery, an anomaly, a wonder, just as you are a mystery, an anomaly, a wonder. And its presence in our solar system is a reminder that the universe is always communicating with you, always sending you signs, always guiding you home. So pay attention, notice the synchronicities, follow the breadcrumbs, trust the whispers of your intuition. Because the universe is speaking to you right now in this very moment, through these words, through your thoughts, through your feelings. It is telling you that you are ready. You are ready to step into your power. You are ready to claim your birthright. You are ready to become who you have always been destined to become. And that person, that version of you is not in the future. That person exists right now in the eternal now, waiting for you to align with them, waiting for you to choose them, waiting for you to become them. Because becoming is not a process that takes time. Becoming is a decision that happens in an instant. You can spend years trying to become someone, or you can become them right now by simply choosing to embody their state of being. So who do you choose to be? Do you choose to be the person who sees 3i Atlas as just a comet, just another object in space with no significance? Or do you choose to be the person who sees it as a cosmic messenger, a symbol of infinite possibility, a reminder of your own divine nature? The choice is yours, and the choice you make will determine the trajectory of your life. Choose wisely, choose consciously, choose from love, not from fear. Choose from expansion, not from contraction. Choose from faith, not from doubt. Because your choice is not just a mental decision, it is an energetic declaration. It is a signal to the quantum field. It is a vote for the reality you want to experience. And the universe is listening. The universe is always listening. And it will deliver exactly what you choose, with perfect precision, with divine timing, with infinite love. This is the promise. This is the guarantee. This is the law. And 3i Atlas is here to remind you of that law. It is here to wake you up. It is here to shake you out of your slumber. It is here to call you home. Will you answer the call? Will you step through the portal? Will you become ungovernable? The answer is already within you. And the time to act is now. Let me take you even deeper into what it means to become ungovernable. This is not about rebellion for the sake of rebellion. This is not about rejecting authority or breaking rules. This is about recognizing that the only true authority in your life is your own consciousness. Every external authority, every institution, every system of belief is only as powerful as you allow it to be. And most people have given their power away without even realizing it. From the moment you were born, you were conditioned to look outside yourself for answers. Your parents told you what to believe. Your teachers told you what to think. Your religious leaders told you what to worship. Your government told you what to fear, and your culture told you what to value. Layer by layer, belief by belief, you were programmed to see yourself as separate, limited, and powerless. You were taught that success requires struggle, that abundance is scarce, that you have to compete with others for your share of the pie. But what if all of that is a lie? What if the struggle is optional? What if abundance is infinite? What if there is no competition because each person is creating their own reality from the infinite field of possibility? What if you have been playing a rigged game, a game where the rules were designed to keep you small, to keep you manageable, to keep you from discovering your true power? This is the revelation that comes when you start to question everything. When you stop accepting beliefs at face value and start examining them for yourself. When you ask, is this true? Or is this just something I was taught to believe? And when you start asking these questions, something extraordinary happens. The walls of your mental prison begin to crack. The chains of conditioning begin to loosen. And you catch a glimpse of what lies beyond. A world of infinite possibility. A reality where you are the creator, not the victim. A life where you are free to choose, not obligated to conform. Becoming ungovernable means stepping into that freedom. It means recognizing that you are not bound by the rules of the game that society has created. You are not obligated to follow a path that does not serve your highest good. You are not required to sacrifice your dreams for the sake of security, stability, or approval. You are free. You have always been free. The only thing that has been holding you back is your belief that you are not free. And this belief is powerful. It is so powerful that it can create an entire reality around it. If you believe you are trapped, you will experience being trapped. If you believe you are limited, you will experience limitation. If you believe you are powerless, you will experience powerlessness. Not because you're actually trapped, limited, or powerless, but because your belief is creating that experience. And the beautiful paradox is this: the moment you realize that your belief is creating your experience, you also realize that you can change your experience by changing your belief. This is the key to freedom. This is the secret to becoming ungovernable. You do not have to change your circumstances. You do not have to wait for permission. You do not have to overcome external obstacles. You simply have to change your belief about who you are and what is possible for you. And when you change that belief, when you truly embody it, your entire reality shifts to match. Let me give you a practical example. Imagine someone who believes they are not good enough. This belief permeates every aspect of their life. They do not apply for the job they really want because they think they are not qualified. They do not ask out the person they are attracted to because they think they will be rejected. They do not pursue their dreams because they think they do not deserve success. And because they are operating from this belief, they create a reality that confirms it. They stay in a job they hate. They remain alone. They never achieve their potential. And they look at their life and say, "See, I knew I was not good enough." But what if this person wakes up one day and decides to question that belief? What if they ask, is this really true? Am I really not good enough? Or is this just a story I've been telling myself? And what if they decide to try on a new belief? What if they decide to believe that they are good enough, that they are worthy, that they are deserving of all the good things life has to offer? At first, this new belief will feel uncomfortable. It will feel like a lie because it contradicts years of conditioning. But if they persist, if they keep choosing the new belief over the old belief, something magical happens. Their reality begins to shift. Opportunities begin to appear. People begin to respond to them differently. And before long, they find themselves living a completely different life. Not because their circumstances changed, but because they changed. This is the power of belief. This is the power of consciousness. This is the power that you have right now to create any reality you choose. And 3i Atlas is here to remind you of that power. Just as the object is unbound by the gravitational forces of our solar system, you can become unbound by the gravitational forces of limiting beliefs. Just as the object is following its own trajectory through the cosmos, you can follow your own trajectory through life. And just as the object is a mystery, an anomaly, a wonder, you too are a mystery, an anomaly, a wonder. But here's the challenge. Most people do not see themselves as wondrous. They see themselves as ordinary. They see themselves as just another person, living just another life, doing just another job, waiting for just another day to pass. They have forgotten their divine nature. They have forgotten that they are infinite consciousness temporarily inhabiting a finite form. They have forgotten that they are creators, capable of manifesting anything they desire through the power of their consciousness. And the reason they have forgotten is because they have been hypnotized by the three-dimensional world. They have been so focused on the material, the physical, the tangible, that they have lost sight of the immaterial, the metaphysical, the invisible. They have come to believe that what they see is all there is, that the visible world is the only world, that matter is the only substance. But this is an illusion, a very convincing illusion, but an illusion nonetheless. The truth, as quantum physics has revealed, is that matter is not solid. It is mostly empty space. At the subatomic level, particles are not things but events, not objects but processes. And these processes are governed by consciousness. The observer effect, which I mentioned earlier, shows that the act of observation influences the behavior of particles. This is not a philosophical statement, this is a scientific fact. Consciousness is not separate from the physical world. Consciousness is the foundation of the physical world. And when you understand this, everything changes. You stop seeing yourself as a body with a consciousness and start seeing yourself as a consciousness with a body. You stop identifying with the finite and start identifying with the infinite. You stop believing that you are limited by your genetics, your upbringing, your past experiences, and start realizing that you are unlimited, that you have access to infinite intelligence, infinite creativity, infinite power. And this realization is not just empowering, it is liberating, because it means that you are no longer at the mercy of external circumstances. You are the master of your own destiny. But mastery requires practice. It requires discipline. It requires a willingness to question everything you have been taught and to discover the truth for yourself. And this is where most people give up. They hear these ideas, they feel inspired for a moment, and then they go back to their old patterns, their old beliefs, their old ways of being. They do not commit to the practice. They do not persist in the new state of consciousness. And so nothing changes. They remain stuck in the same reality, living the same life, experiencing the same problems year after year. Do not let this be you. Do not let inspiration fade into memory. Do not let these words become just another piece of information that you consume and forget. Let them penetrate deep into your consciousness. Let them shake you to your core. Let them activate the dormant potential within you. And then commit to the practice. Commit to becoming ungovernable. Commit to questioning your beliefs. Commit to choosing a new state of being and persisting in it until it becomes your new reality. And here is how you do it. You start each day with intention. Before you get out of bed, before you check your phone, before you engage with the world, you take a few moments to connect with your consciousness. You ask yourself, who am I today? Not who was I yesterday? Not who do I hope to become someday? Who am I today? And you choose. You choose to be the person who lives in abundance. You choose to be the person who radiates love. You choose to be the person who trusts the universe. Whatever state of being resonates with you, you choose it. And you feel it. You do not just think it. You feel it in your body, you embody it, you become it. And then, as you move through your day, you practice staying in that state. When challenges arise, you do not react from your old identity. You respond from your new identity. When doubts creep in, you do not entertain them. You redirect your attention back to the state you have chosen. When fear tries to take hold, you do not give it power. You choose love instead. And you do this over and over, moment by moment, choice by choice, until the new state becomes natural, until it becomes your default, until it becomes who you are. This is the practice. This is the path. This is the way to become ungovernable. And it is not easy. It requires vigilance. It requires courage. It requires faith. But it is worth it, because the reward is not just a better life. The reward is the discovery of who you truly are. The reward is the remembering of your divine nature. The reward is the realization that you are not separate from the universe, but an integral expression of it. And once you have that realization, once you truly embody it, you can never go back to seeing yourself as small, limited, or powerless. Now let me address something that often comes up when people start practicing conscious creation. They wonder, if I am creating my reality, does that mean I am responsible for everything that happens to me? Does that mean I created my problems, my traumas, my suffering? And this is a difficult question because the answer is both yes and no. Yes, in the sense that your consciousness is always creating your experience. Every thought you think, every belief you hold, every emotion you feel is contributing to the reality you experience. But no, in the sense that much of this creation is happening unconsciously. You did not consciously choose to experience trauma. You did not wake up one day and decide to suffer. But on some level, your consciousness attracted those experiences, either as a result of unconscious beliefs, karmic patterns, or soul agreements made before you incarnated. The key is not to blame yourself for the past. The key is to take responsibility for the present. You cannot change what has already happened, but you can change how you relate to it. You can change the meaning you give it. You can change the story you tell about it. And in doing so, you change your reality going forward, because the past only has power over you if you continue to give it power, if you continue to identify with it, to define yourself by it, to let it dictate your future. But if you choose to release it, to forgive it, to see it as a teacher rather than a tormentor, then you free yourself from its grip. And this is where the real work begins. Not in trying to manifest things, but in healing the wounds, releasing the beliefs, and clearing the blocks that prevent you from receiving what you desire. Because the truth is, you're already worthy. You're already deserving. You're already enough. The only thing standing between you and your dreams is the belief that you are not. And that belief was not given to you by the universe. It was given to you by a society that benefits from your sense of lack, your feeling of unworthiness, your belief that you need something outside of yourself to be complete. But you do not need anything outside of yourself. Everything you need is already within you. You are already whole. You are already complete. You are already divine. And the moment you remember this, the moment you truly feel it, everything you have been seeking will come rushing toward you. Not because you finally became worthy, but because you finally recognized that you always were. 3i Atlas is a symbol of this recognition. It is a visitor from beyond, reminding you that you too are a visitor from beyond. You too come from the stars. You too are made of the same substance as galaxies. You too are a miracle, a wonder, an expression of the infinite creativity of the universe. And your presence here on this planet at this time is not random, it is purposeful. You have a role to play in the great awakening that is happening on Earth right now. And that role is not to save the world, not to fix others, but to remember who you are and to live from that truth. When you live from that truth, when you embody your divine nature, you become a beacon of light. You inspire others simply by being yourself. You do not have to preach. You do not have to convince. You simply live in alignment with your highest self, and others feel it. They see it. And something inside them awakens, because your light reminds them of their own light. Your freedom reminds them that they too can be free. Your joy reminds them that they too can experience joy. And in this way, you contribute to the collective awakening, not through effort, but through presence. This is the gift that 3i Atlas is bringing. It is not just a physical object, it is a catalyst for awakening. It is a reminder that we live in a mysterious, magical, multidimensional universe. It is a call to remember who we are, to step into our power, to claim our birthright as conscious creators. And for those who are ready to hear that call, for those who are willing to take the leap, for those who are brave enough to become ungovernable, a new reality awaits. A reality where anything is possible. A reality where dreams come true. A reality where you are free to be, do, and have anything you desire. But you have to choose it. No one can choose it for you. No external force is going to swoop in and save you. You are the savior you have been waiting for. You are the one who has the power to change your life. You are the one who can step through the portal and into the new reality. And the portal is open right now. It is open in this moment. All you have to do is step through. All you have to do is choose. All you have to do is become. So I ask you again, who do you choose to be? Do you choose to be the person who remains stuck in the old reality, the reality of limitation, separation, and struggle? Or do you choose to be the person who steps into the new reality, the reality of infinite possibility, unity, and ease? The choice is yours. And whatever you choose, the universe will support you. Because the universe does not judge, it simply responds, it simply reflects, it simply delivers whatever you are being. And right now, in this moment, you have the opportunity to choose a new way of being. You have the opportunity to let go of everything that no longer serves you and to step into the fullness of who you truly are. You have the opportunity to become ungovernable, to refuse to let fear dictate your choices, to trust in the infinite intelligence that is always guiding you, always supporting you, always loving you. This is the opportunity that 3i Atlas represents. This is the gift it is offering. Will you accept it? The universe is waiting for your answer, not in words, but in action. Not in intention, but in embodiment. Show the universe who you choose to be by living it, by breathing it, by becoming it. And watch as your entire reality transforms to match. Watch as synchronicities multiply. Watch as opportunities appear. Watch as miracles unfold. Because when you align with the infinite intelligence of the universe, miracles are not the exception. They are the norm. They are the natural result of living in harmony with the fundamental laws of reality. And those laws are simple. Consciousness creates reality. Like attracts like. You become what you give your attention to. These are not complicated principles. They are elegant in their simplicity. But simplicity does not mean easy. It takes discipline to maintain a high vibrational state when the world around you is chaotic. It takes courage to trust the invisible when the visible is screaming at you to doubt. It takes faith to persist in a new belief when your circumstances have not yet changed to reflect it. But this is the path. This is the way. This is how you become a master of reality creation, not through one grand gesture, but through 1,000 small choices. Not through a single moment of transformation, but through consistent practice, day after day, moment after moment, choice after choice. And each choice you make is a vote for the reality you want to experience. Each thought you think is a signal to the quantum field. Each feeling you feel is a frequency you broadcast to the universe. So choose wisely, choose consciously, choose from your highest self, not from your wounded self. Choose from love, not from fear. Choose from expansion, not from contraction. Choose from possibility, not from limitation. And trust that the universe is listening. Trust that it is responding. Trust that it is delivering. Because it always is. It always has been. It always will be. This is the promise. This is the guarantee. This is the unchanging law of the universe. And 3i Atlas is here, in our solar system, at this exact moment in time, to remind us of that law, to wake us up from the trance of limitation, to call us home to our true nature, to invite us to step into the fullness of who we are and to live the magnificent, miraculous, multi-dimensional life that is our birthright. So what are you waiting for? The portal is open, the bridge is formed, the path is clear. All that remains is for you to take the first step, and then another, and another. Trust that each step will reveal the next. Trust that the journey will unfold exactly as it should. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be, learning exactly what you need to learn, becoming exactly who you need to become. And know this, you are not alone on this journey. You are surrounded by invisible support. Your higher self is guiding you. Your spirit guides are protecting you. The universe itself is conspiring in your favor. Every challenge you face is an opportunity for growth. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every moment of doubt is a chance to deepen your faith. You are being prepared for something extraordinary, something that will require you to step fully into your power, to claim your divine nature, to become the conscious creator you were always meant to be. And as you step into that power, as you claim that nature, as you become that creator, you will look back on this moment and realize that it was a turning point, that this was the moment when everything changed, that this was the moment when you finally said yes to yourself, yes to your dreams, yes to your highest potential, that this was the moment when you stopped playing small and started playing big, that this was the moment when you became ungovernable. So let this be that moment. Let this be the day you remember for the rest of your life as the day everything shifted, the day you chose freedom over fear, the day you chose love over doubt, the day you chose to become who you have always been destined to become, because you are ready, you are worthy, you are deserving, and the universe is waiting with open arms to welcome you home. This is the final message of 3i Atlas. This is the warning, not of danger, but of opportunity, not of something to fear, but of something to embrace. The universe is more mysterious, more magical, more multidimensional than you have been taught to believe. And you are a part of that mystery, that magic, that multidimensionality. You are not separate from the cosmos. You are the cosmos experiencing itself through the lens of your unique perspective. And your perspective matters, your consciousness matters, your choices matter. Because you're not just a passive observer, you're an active creator. You are shaping reality with every thought, every feeling, every belief. So shape it consciously, shape it intentionally, shape it beautifully. Create a reality that reflects your highest vision, your deepest desires, your most authentic self. And do not worry about how it will happen. Do not try to control the process. Simply hold the vision, embody the feeling, trust the universe, and allow the magic to unfold. Because it will, it always does. For those who are willing to believe, for those who are brave enough to trust, for those who are ready to become ungovernable. Welcome to the receiving frequency. Welcome to the realm of infinite possibility. Welcome to the life you have always been meant to live. This is just the beginning. The adventure is just starting, and it is going to be extraordinary because you are extraordinary. You always have been. You just forgot for a while, but now you are remembering, and nothing will ever be the same. As we come to the close of this transmission, I want to leave you with a final practice, a final gift, a final key that will help you integrate everything you have learned. This practice is simple, but it is powerful, and if you commit to it, if you make it a part of your daily routine, it will transform your life in ways you cannot even imagine. Here is the practice. Every night before you go to sleep, lie down in bed and close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths and allow your body to relax completely. Let go of all tension, all stress, all worry. And then, in your mind, review your day, but do not review it as it happened. Review it as you wish it had happened. If you had a difficult conversation, replay it in your mind with a positive outcome. If you experienced lack, reimagine it as abundance. If you felt fear, transform it into confidence. Rewrite your day from the perspective of your highest self, the person you are becoming. This practice is not about denying reality. It is about reconditioning your subconscious mind. You see, your subconscious does not know the difference between an actual experience and a vividly imagined one. When you replay your day with positive outcomes, you are programming your subconscious to expect and attract those outcomes in the future. You are creating new neural pathways. You are shifting your vibrational frequency. You are aligning yourself with the reality you want to experience. And as you do this practice night after night, you will notice something remarkable. Your days will start to change. The difficult conversations will become easier. The experiences of lack will be replaced by experiences of abundance. The feelings of fear will dissolve into feelings of confidence. Not because you are forcing anything to change, but because you are changing from the inside out. You are becoming the person who naturally experiences ease, abundance, and confidence. And the world has no choice but to reflect that back to you. This is the power of imagination. This is the power of consciousness. This is the power that you have always had but may have never known how to use. And now you do. Now you have the knowledge, now you have the practice, now you have the tools. All that remains is to use them, to commit to them, to persist in them until they become second nature, until they become your new way of being. And as you do this work, as you practice this discipline, remember that you are not alone. There are millions of people around the world who are waking up to this same truth, who are discovering their own creative power, who are learning to become conscious co-creators with the universe. You are part of a global awakening, a shift in consciousness that is happening at this very moment. And your contribution to that shift is invaluable, because every time you choose love over fear, every time you choose expansion over contraction, every time you choose to live from your highest self, you are raising the vibration of the entire planet. You are making it easier for others to wake up. You are contributing to the collective transformation. This is the true significance of 3i Atlas. It is not just about an object in space, it is about what that object represents. It represents the shift from the old paradigm to the new paradigm, from the paradigm of separation, limitation, and control to the paradigm of unity, infinite possibility, and freedom, from the paradigm of materialism to the paradigm of consciousness, from the paradigm of fear to the paradigm of love. And you are living in the transition between these two paradigms. You are standing at the crossroads, at the event horizon, at the portal between worlds. And you have a choice. You can cling to the old paradigm, or you can step into the new paradigm. You can resist the change, or you can embrace it. You can remain asleep, or you can wake up. The choice has always been yours. The power has always been yours. The only question is whether you are willing to claim it, whether you are willing to take responsibility for your reality, whether you are willing to become ungovernable. And if you are ready to step into your full power, then know this: the universe is celebrating you. Your higher self is cheering you on. Your spirit guides are supporting you every step of the way. You are loved beyond measure. You are supported beyond comprehension. You are guided by an intelligence that is infinitely wiser, infinitely more powerful, and infinitely more loving than you can possibly imagine. And that intelligence is not separate from you. It is you. It is the deepest part of you, the truest part of you, the eternal part of you that has existed before this life and will continue to exist after this life. It is your soul, your essence, your divine spark. And it has been waiting for this moment, waiting for you to remember, waiting for you to wake up, waiting for you to claim your birthright as a conscious creator. So claim it, own it, embody it, live it, be it, and watch as your entire reality transforms. Watch as miracles become ordinary. Watch as synchronicities become daily occurrences. Watch as your dreams manifest with ease and grace. Because this is your natural state. This is what you were designed for. This is why you came to this planet at this time. To remember who you are, to awaken to your true nature, to become a beacon of light in a world that is desperately in need of light. And as you shine your light, as you live your truth, as you embody your highest self, you will inspire others to do the same. You will create a ripple effect that extends far beyond what you can see or measure. You will touch lives in ways you will never know. You will plant seeds that will bloom in future generations. You will be part of the great transformation, the great awakening, the great remembering that is happening on Earth right now. And future generations will look back on this time and say, that was when everything changed. That was when humanity finally woke up. That was when we remembered who we truly are. And you will have been part of that. You will have contributed to that, not because you did something extraordinary, but because you chose to be extraordinary, because you chose to live from your highest truth, because you chose to become ungovernable. And in doing so, you became a living example of what is possible when a human being fully awakens to their creative power. This is the legacy you are creating. This is the impact you are making. This is the gift you are giving to the world. And it all starts with a simple choice, a choice to believe in yourself, a choice to trust in the universe, a choice to step into the unknown with faith and courage, a choice to become the person you have always been destined to become. So make that choice. Make it now. Make it with your whole, with heart. Make it with absolute conviction, and then live it. Every day, every moment, every breath. Because you are not here to play small. You are not here to blend in. You are not here to live a mediocre life. You are here to shine. You are here to create. You are here to inspire. You are here to be a living example of what it means to be a conscious co-creator with the universe. And 3i Atlas, this mysterious visitor from the depths of space, is here.